Yo, 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 guys. How is it going? Welcome, welcome. Zulu, Banji. Welcome, guys. Good to see everyone here. Yeah, like I say, guys, if you're tuning in, drop a comment. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Yeah, good to see everyone here. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Ready to smash the US session. I've currently not taken any trades today, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Like I say, I've not taken a trade yet. I tend to stay more patient on a Monday. So I'll see how it presents and what presents and if I do get that breakout. But yeah, like always, I'll do a top-down analysis in a second. Naz, how's it going? Ashton, welcome, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you both. Good to see you both. Hope you've all had a great weekend and ready to crush the week. Been very rangy. Yes, it has. Look at the range. Look at the chop in the London session. Look at these big wicks and no movement. So, like I say, I'm just going to see how gold breaks out. I've updated the members with what I'm seeing. And nothing's really changed. I'm just going to have a look to see if I can break below this level here on the hourly. If this hourly can push and close bearish, I'm going to be looking for some sells on the next hourly candle to the downside. Okay? So, for me, it sells below this level here at 33.46. Okay? Reasons for that, because look at this. Support. Now acting as support here. Look to the left. Resistance. Okay? If I can get a closure below here on the hourly, I'd expect the next hourly to push down into targets. Okay? So that is the thought process for sells. So, like I say, hourly candle closes below in 6 minutes. I'm going to be looking for sells down into these targets, okay? And then, obviously, if we go on to the 15, there's even more targets to trade into all the way down here, okay? So, like I say, hourly closure, I'm going to be looking for sells. In terms of buys, look how choppy it is up here. One sec. Look how choppy it is up here. One sec. Yeah, look how choppy it is up here. Look, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Now bearish. Like, this chop here, I do not want to be trading in. I'm personally going to be waiting to get above all this to start looking for buys. Okay? It's important to prevent getting chopped about in potential choppy price action. Okay? You can see, like I've just mentioned, one second. Like I've just mentioned, if you just have a look at this price action here and to the left, this area that I've shaded is very choppy. Bullish, bearish, bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle. So, I'm going to wait. If I'm going to be looking to long gold, I'd need for it to close above some levels above here. And the level I've got is this level here, 33.50. Okay, so back above 33.50, then I'll look for some buys. But I'm interested to try and take some sells below the range into these lows and into these lows down here. So, I'm using this 30-minute hourly range for now. And all I'm really doing is waiting to see how this hourly closes. Okay, it's got like 4 minutes, 50 seconds left on it. If it closes bearish below, I'll take some sells. Much clearer to the downside. Ready to crush it? Yeah, Ashton, me too, bro. I like the hourly. Yeah, me too. I like the hourly too, Phil. It's very clear. I mean, if the hourly closes bearish now, below this level, I think, you know, that range should get filled. You know, 15, 20 ticks and then push down further. But the ranges aren't huge. The ranges aren't huge on gold. So we'll see. I mean, an hourly impulse would have been nice, but the top wick was just too much. I've got my Project X open on my other screen here. So I will be executing, but just on another screen. You'll only be able to see my trading view. But there's some good targets to the downside. I'll see how far it closes. And I'll try and take these sells on the next 15. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. Closes below this level, I'm going to be looking for them sells down. Oh, let me just get the community members in. Nice one. Gold has been crazy this morning, yeah. It's been very rangy, very sideways. There's been nothing here. You know, if you've been trading within these choppy ranges here, you know, you're not going to have the easiest time. I'd prefer to just wait for a breakout like we're seeing now and then trade. That's why I trade breakouts. Keeps you out of choppy, horrible sideways price action that realistically I don't want to be in. Oh, wow. Owlie's closing strong anyway. Owlie is about to close nice and strong. Got 2 minutes left. I was looking for sells up here when it started breaking down to the... I wanted sells up here, but I didn't take them because I wanted to get out of this range. Now I'm out of the range. I mean, sells look nice. If it can top wick and push down. There's a lot of liquidity. There's wick fill liquidity and hourly wick fill and 4-hour wick fill liquidity. So I might take a little risky sell. Even if it doesn't close super strong. We'll see. I need it to close below this range at least. I need it to close below 33.46 at least. And then I'll sell down into 44s. You know, just that 20 tick. You know, I'd need it to close like at least like here. And then I can take like 15, 20 ticks down. Hello, Joe, Emmy. Yeah, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, guys, if you're just tuning into the live now, like I say, drop a comment, drop a like. And welcome. Welcome to the stream. Good to see everyone here. First stream of the week. Let's try and start the week off strong. Let's crush 20 likes as well. Let's crush 20 likes. So yeah, let's have a look how this hourly closes. I might take some sells. Just down into these laws here. Wick fills are decent. A lot to fill. A lot of wicks to fill. Also, guys, if you've got any questions about what I've gone over with the analysis, please do let me know, and I can break it all down for you. But basically, I'm just waiting for a break out of this choppy range here. Now we're breaking out. Gold could have that push down to take some liquidity. You know, you could see gold push down to take some liquidity before the push higher. Thoughts on NAS? Yeah, I'll have a look at NAS quickly. I've got a minute until it closes. I'll tell you what, NAS 30 is looking good. NAS 30 for some half wrist longs is looking good. What's the hourly looking like? Hourly's not super strong, but the 30-minute fake out's looking nice to take it into these highs. I don't mind that. I'm going to see how gold closes first. I might have a look at NAS on this fake out for some buys on this level. Because it has taken some liquidity. Not all the liquidity's been taken, but fake out longs could be nice just for a little push higher. 4 hourly close very bearish too. Do I really want to go against that? Probably not. Let's have a look how gold opens. Have a look how gold opens. What targets have I got? 8 ticks. Ranges are not big at all. I want something like this. You know, wherever the top wick is, but for 8 ticks, is it worth it? Like less than a 1-to-1. Yo, Owen, how's it going, mate? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're good. Congrats on your express as well. Hard work pays off, bro. Yeah, I want something like this. I want a sell, but you know, is it worth taking sells here for the sake of 8 ticks? Whatever it is. 8 ticks, yeah. Probably not. I do think this will have I think we'll have a decent push down though. It's enough of a top wick. Yeah, Owen, yeah, Salman, you done well to pass that, bro. Like I said, don't change anything. Don't change too much of what you were doing. You know, if it's working and it's long-term profitable, you don't really need to change much. Just do the same as what you did on the combine. Aspen, how's it going, mate? Yeah, welcome, Aspen. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Hey, Joel, let's get it. Too much chop. Yeah, that's why I'm staying out of this price action here. I'm just staying out of this price action, but we're closing below now. What's Nasdaq doing here? I mean, if Nasdaq flips bullish, that could be a bottom wick to push higher, but look at the 4 hourly. The 4 hourly is super bearish. Very strong closure here, and there's liquidity to take to the downside, so I'm not so convinced. You know, if this green candle would have pushed down and took these lows to the left, I'd be a lot more happy to try and take longs. But because it didn't take that liquidity first, you know, you're likely to see Nasdaq spike down and then push up. Okay? But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Has everyone's weekend been good? Yeah, 30 closure back above. I mean, there's too much liquidity to the downside on both NAS and gold. I mean, look at the lows down here that needs taking on Nasdaq. I don't really want to be buying against the liquidity and the 4 hour closure, because the 4 hour could just come and wick fill further down. If anything, I want to be selling Nasdaq now, and I want to be selling gold now. So, like I say, if it sets up, I'll take some sells. Took a sell on gold 30 minutes earlier, targeting 33.55. Ah, you took a sell all the way up here. Are you on the futures chart, you mean? Flying out to Thailand tomorrow, bro. Lovely. How long are you going for? And where are you going? Yeah, where are you going, warrior? Beautiful. I love Thailand. You're making me want to book something. You're making me want to book something myself. Travel trader lifestyle is the best lifestyle, I think. You know, when you get profitable, actually going and seeing places, you know, and paying, you know, getting payouts. Yeah. Getting payouts and funding your travel with it is insane. You know, when I were getting like 3-4k payouts and then thinking to myself, I've just paid for two months in Thailand for like 4k payout. Well, you can obviously make it last a lot more. You know, you can make it last like 3 to 4 months, but you know, 2 months in Thailand just for a payout is very good. Do not like the market. Do not like when it's closed for the weekend. Go and do something, Anton, bro. Go and, I don't know, go and do something different. Go and rest the mind, ready for the new week. You know, there's no need to be like stressing that the market's closed. You're just going to be too itchy to enter the market on Monday. You know, a lot of people blow their accounts on Monday because like you're doing now, they're just too, you know, they're too itchy to enter over the weekend because the market's closed, and they end up doing dumb stuff. Okay, just chill out, go and do something, rest, repair, ready for Monday. Like, I don't really think about the market on a Saturday. You know, if I'm doing a one-to-one, I will, or if I'm doing like a weekend webinar for the members, I will, but other than that, any expectation on gold? Yeah, I think we're going to push down further. I'm going to be personally looking for some confirmation down. If gold can confirm and close bearish in a second, I'll take some sells. I think these two lows are very clean to get taken. Going Patong Beach, mate, for 2 weeks. Oof. Patong Beach, 2 weeks. Very, very brave. Yeah, I lived in that's Phuket. I lived in Phuket for almost a year. Yeah, very, very nice, man. I like Phuket. There's a lot to Thailand other than Patong Beach. You know, you go and have a look at other areas around it. You know, Krabi, Phi Phi. You know, there's a lot of good places around Phuket and Patong that you can go and see. Like Rawai, you need to go and have a look at Rawai. Beautiful. But yeah, enjoy your holiday as well, bro, and let me know what you think. I love Thailand. If it comes back down to entry, will you enter a sell? If it comes back down and starts closing back below, yeah, for sure. Like I said, there's so much liquidity to the downside to take out. I'll definitely be looking for more sells if it starts closing bearish. But like I said, I just need to see how this 15 closes, because right now there's not much. I train at Maximum Fitness. Oh, yeah. You do the MMA, nice. Oh, Thai boxing. Muay Thai. I only did Muay Thai a couple of times. I hadn't done it much. Yeah, if this 5 can pop up. Got 6 minutes left. Have you been to Fitness Street? Have you been to Fitness Street in Phuket? I've been there a couple of times. You know, the food there's class. And it's just like gyms and Muay Thai training and stuff everywhere. It's so good. Yeah, if this 5 can close bearish, I might take some sells down. If this 5 can close bearish in a minute, I'll see. Then I'll take some sells from like wherever it closes into there. Something like this. Tiger Muay Thai? Yeah, that's that Tiger Muay Thai is quite popular, isn't it? Is it like the orange? It's like the orange building, isn't it? I think. One of my mates trained there for like a year. But there's so much to do in Thailand, you know. Jet skis, excursions, Muay Thai, just going for a walk on the beach, like going to have a look at all the temples and stuff. I mean, you really, it's probably one of the best places to be if you're a trader full time. All right, here we go. I'm going to be looking to take some sells on the flip of this candle, if it can flip bearish. Let me have a look at the... I haven't put the order in yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order in on the flip of this current candle, and my stop's going to be on the high. So I'll only be executed if it flips bearish. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for this to continue down into these lows. I've got like 15 ticks as my first target. So I've got a sell stop in here. I'll only be, like I say, I'm not risking much at all. I'm risking like negative like 10, 15 ticks. If this candle starts pushing higher, I'll just cancel it. So if it pushes and breaks above here, I'll just cancel the order. Okay? Just like this, right? That was quick, weren't it? Order cancelled. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's as easy as that. That's right, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I thought I've been there. I went there to pick something up. I haven't trained there, but I went there to pick something up with him. Because that was the gym they do with trading at. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, Fitness Street's great. You know, especially if you want to lock in as well. Trade, Fitness Street. Not a bad thing. Yeah, but Phuket's great. There's so much to do. It's insane. Something I'm going to be looking at as well, if, you know, if we can start closing back bullish above this chop to the left, I'm going to be looking for longs into these highs up here. So I'm still open to both sides. I just need to wait for price to either confirm or close below here. Is Nasdaq going to give me a sell? We'll see. Hey Joe Charlie, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again, mate. See, if this 5 minute close is bearish, then I'll take sells on the next 5 minute, because then that'll be valid. Now it's taken the highs. MMA is class. Yeah. Next time I go to Thailand, I'll probably do something like that. I didn't, you know, I was, like I said, I was in Thailand for around a year. A couple of years back, I was there for a year, travel trading and stuff. I only did Muay Thai. I only did Muay Thai like 3 times. And then like 2 times in Bali. But I'll probably do something like that next time I go. Like, I've seen basically all of Phuket. So it's something else to do than go and have a look at the same stuff that I've already seen. But yeah, I like longs into all these highs, depending on how this 15 closes. I'd like to liquidity grab though. But really, gold is just super choppy. I mean, created a new range again here, which isn't the best. Within this chop, I really don't want to be doing much. If anything, I'll be watching Nasdaq closes, trying to take some sells into these lows. But yeah, like I say, if it can close bearish, I'll take some sells. Planning to go Thailand in January, never been. I will potentially be there as well in January for a month. So if anybody else is going to be in Thailand or in Asia, let me know. I've not fully decided if I'm going Thailand or Bali yet, but it's one or the other. I'll be in either for a month. And it's definitely going to be January. Because my office space here, the lease, the rent finishes in January, so I'll be packing up and heading off somewhere. Yeah. You going again in Christmas? Beautiful. Koh Samui. Koh Samui is probably the next place I'll go. Koh Samui is very nice. Yeah, definitely, guys. Like I say, I'll be in Asia. You know, whether it's Bali, Thailand, I'll be there or thereabouts. So depending on where everyone is, I can always just fly somewhere. It doesn't really bother. Doesn't bother me. We'll have a talk about it close to the time. But it'd be good. Look at this. You got trendline liquidity here, and you got trendline liquidity here. There's just so much liquidity at the upside and to the downside. I mean, it's super choppy here as well. Like, where do you buy above? Where do you buy above? What's the 4 hour saying on gold? Yeah, 4 hour hasn't even wick filled yet. You know, I'd like to take some sells down into this wick fill. Still interested in that. This month has been really slow for trades. Yeah, it's August, guys. It is August. Understand that with August, you see more ranges and you see more slow price action. So if you see, you know, we're like into the 3rd week of August now, the 3rd week of the month. You know, if you see that you haven't taken as many trades and you're seeing that gold's a little bit more slow and a little bit more rangy, like we're seeing now, look at this. This is like London and US. If look at this, okay? It's because it's August. You know, a lot of the volume and a lot of the people trading the big volume at banks and stuff are taking holidays in August. So it's normal. Like, don't think that your strategies stopped working. Don't go switching strategies. Don't change anything up. Don't revenge trade. Just trade the plan. If you don't see as many trades, it's all good. It doesn't mean that the plan stopped working. It doesn't mean that you need to switch anything. It doesn't mean that you need to trade higher size. Just stick to doing the same stuff as you were doing 2 to 3 months ago. And, you know, in the next week or so, things will start picking back up. Okay? You know, so many times I used to switch up risk, change stuff. Just doesn't work. It really just doesn't work. You know, you just got to keep everything the same. And if you don't see as many trades, all good. You just take the next valid position. Let's have a look at gold for the range on the 30. Yeah. I mean, if anything, it'd be buys above here. Sells below here. Simple as that. Quite a simple sort of range on gold here. There's a lot of chop. There's a lot of chop here to the left. So if it breaks out of here, perfect. I'll take some entries. Same with Nasdaq. If Nasdaq can close back bullish after taking more liquidity now, I'll be happy to take some longs. A lot of patience, yeah. Patience is key in any, like, even if it wasn't August and it wasn't as slow, patience is key anyway. Like, you know, even if it was like February, you know, March, you know, it's still the same. It's like, you trade what you see and don't get emotionally attached to what the market's doing. Oh, it's ranging. Oh, it's choppy. Oh, the volume's slow. You'll be fine. Yes, guys, cheers for the likes as well. Nice one. 12, can we smash 20 likes? Let me just post this for anyone who's not in. And like I say, any questions at all, feel free to drop a question in the comments. Anything you don't understand, anything that you any questions that you've got regarding anything that I've gone through, all good. Right. Is that even a grab? Nah, no grab there yet. $5-minute looks good. 5-minute does look good for more downside. You know, you could have a quick spike lower and then price pushes higher into them lows. 5 looks good. 5 looks good for some more downside if you can push lower. I mean, if anything, like I say, into these lows down here and then maybe a spike up. But like I say, it's not valid for my position. I need a breakout. I need a 15 breakout of this range and then I can look for some sells. I think a lot of people, you know, a lot of people going short too early down here with stop losses up here. You know, look at it. Imagine taking sells based off like the 5-minute closure or the 15-minute because it's pushing down. You know, and what have you done? Well, you've just shorted at a big level of prior support. So if you're just shorting at a big level of prior support because, for example, oh, price is pushing down, well, you just find yourself in drawdown all the time. Like, look up here, okay? Anybody saying, oh, gold's pushing up, I'm just going to buy, not understanding that you're at a big 15-minute level of prior resistance. Well, look at it. All price has done is reacted as resistance and reversed. And it's clear as anything it's going to do it. For me, I prevent drawdown, I prevent fake outs, and I prevent taking silly losses because it's as simple as this. I wait for candle to close. I wait for candle closes, okay? I wait for candle to close outside the range, okay? And then I trade with that direction, that confirmed direction. 90% of people who trade breakouts don't understand basic support and resistance. That literally is, like, you know, they'll trade a breakout of this support here. And they won't understand that another level is just sitting below here. They'll take a breakout here and bang, price reverses. Why am I getting faked out? Well, because you need to be aware of what's around you. Okay? Question. Yep, so let's have a look at it. When the support resistance breaks, do you wait for the confirmation candle? No, so when I get a breakout, let's say that I get a candle closure like so, okay? If I get a candle closure like so, I'll wait for the new candle to form, maybe like 1 to 2 minutes. After it's initially formed, you know, pushed up and down a little bit, I'll put a buy stop wherever the higher that candle is, and I'll wait for it to push higher, okay? And once it reflips bullish, I'll be in the trade with the volume, okay? With the volume. So I'm not looking for any sort of like formation above and below the range unless it's like a confirmation entry. But when I'm looking for the impulse, it's as simple as, oh, the candle's broke below. I'm looking for that candle to form, flip, and push. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Like, if this 5 minute, it's got 40 seconds, but if this 5 minute can close below this support and resistance, then yeah, I'll take some sells. But like I say, I'm not trying to catch anything at this support. You know, it's a big level. You know, like I mentioned, anyone up here buying gold at this level of prior support and resistance, well, guess what? They've been caught out in the range and they've been chopped out of the market. Anyone selling gold down here, again, they're just buying and getting chopped out of the market. What do you think of Heikin-Ashi candles? I mean, not for me. They don't form the same. I've never really used them. Yeah, I've never really used them, and to be honest with you, they're not as clean. I know a lot of people use them to catch like when to take profit and stuff, but the ranges just aren't as clean. You know, the wicks and bodies don't form as good for me as they do on, you know, normal candles. I prefer just to read pure price action. Has August always been your slowest month? Not in terms of profit. No, like this month. Let's have a look at the thingy, the profit and loss. This month, August. Wow. This month in August, I'm up 11 grand. So in terms of P&L, no. But as a whole, it's a slow trading month for most people because there's not as much volume in the market. So, and this is why I'm saying, just trade the market and stop trading like emotions. Because anybody who goes, oh, August this, August that, and they sit out the market. Imagine if I did that. I wouldn't have made 11 grand. I've made 11k this month on 2 accounts because I'm trading just the plan. You know, I'm not thinking about the volume. I'm not thinking that it's a slow month. I'm just saying that, you know, expect some more ranges because it's August. But I'm trading it exactly the same, okay? But like I say, like last month, what did I do last month? Last month I only made $9,000. This month I've made 11. So I've made more already this month than I did last month. So yeah, like I say, trade what you see. Trade the market. If it gives you a valid entry, take it. If it doesn't, and you're seeing that it's ranging more, well, guess what? Just don't take it. Simple as that. You can only trade what's in front of you. You can't, you can't trade rangy slow price action. Well, just sit out and wait for it to set up. Do you use a breakout level as the wicks or candle bodies? A bit of both, mate. A bit of both. So the level for me here, for example, can you see up here how I'm including like wicks to the left and then bodies as well? Look, bodies, wicks. It's just a bit of both. It's like a medium. So I find where the wicks and the bodies are, and it's just in between. Yeah, I trade minis. I'm on 150k accounts. So I'm trading like 3 to 4 minis. Yeah. You're usually trading minis. I was taking 5 micros on full size, and it's taking me time. Yeah, you'll find yourself with a lot of spreads, but I just use, like I said, I just use 3 to 4 minis on my 150ks. Yeah, that's fine for what I use. Do you trade live with your team? Yes, we trade basically live all day, mate. Yeah, we're live all day. In the chats, like I say, it's not only, like I said, we trade live. I do the Zoom in the London session, and then we're trading in the chats and basically just chatting about entries and stuff. If you want to join the mentorship, I'll put it in the chat now. One sec. There you go. If you want to join the mentorship, I've just put it in. You can feel free to join. Everything's included. You can, you've got the London session lives with me on Zoom. You've got the live trading basically in the chats where you can discuss positions and stuff. I'm always updating my analysis too. You've got the full course, all in video content, weekend webinars, everything. You use 1 mini on a 25k. I would personally use 5 to 10 micros. Yeah, 5 to 10 micros just so I can take more partials. Like with me, I use 3 to 4. With me, I trade 3 to 4 minis, and I can still take partials because I'm using enough. Okay. Like when I was trading the 50ks, I was using like two minis, and I could take a partial at least. I like to take a partial. When it's not. I don't think it's good for psychology when you can't take a partial. When you're stuck on one and you can't take a partial, you like, should I take it? Should I not? When you can take a partial, it's just easy to say, oh, just take half and let the rest run. Just helps you making your decision. Oh, the 30 looks good here, but I think it's going to grab some more liquidity. I mean, the 30 is not bad on Nasdaq here. Considering to join, yeah, like I say, you'll learn everything. Everything is in the community for you to learn the full profitable strategy. There's a lot included, and everything's recorded as well. So even if, like, say you can't get to a Zoom session, I record them and upload them, so you can watch it at night or you can watch it the following day, whatever. And all the Zoom recordings that you haven't been in, like months ago, they're all ready for you to watch as well. So yeah. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, this range on gold is perfect. Yeah, I don't want to get too much. I don't want to be entering too much within this chop. But if it gives me a half risk down here and take some liquidity, I'm happy to take some longs. So yeah, this range is absolutely fine for now. Okay. Because, you know, even if you're looking on the 30 there. Yeah, 30 and 15. Good question, Austin. It's key. You know, I personally think a lot of people, you know, if you're trading just one contract, I just think that a lot of the time people just take profits too quick because they want to take something. You know, they just want to take it because they understand that, you know, if it goes back to break even, they won't get anything. So, you know, if you're like $200 up on 2 contracts, taking one is a lot better, you know. Need to practice not just taking trades when it breaks out, but looking at risk to reward and if it's strong enough closure. Yeah, Harry, that's key for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people don't... You know, a lot of people take positions like this, for example. Right, let me show you this example here on gold. One of the reasons I didn't take a flip here on gold is because, yeah, it closed below this red candle, but look at the candle after it. If it flipped, it would have given me 5 ticks. That is just... 5 ticks is nothing. It's just not worth it. So I'll simply just leave the trade and wait for a strong enough closure and a strong enough tradable range down. You know, if the next candle pushes down, perfect. You know, I'll look at that. I've got 20 ticks then. But instead, first targets, I had 5 ticks. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, it is key to, you know, get a strong enough closure, but have enough range to trade once you get the closure. Yeah. Where am I from? I'm from the UK, mate. Yeah, I'm from the UK. Yeah, that's the thing, Austin. So if you trade micros instead, and you can have a couple of partials, it's good for your psychology. Good for your psychology. And it helps you long term as well with understanding and letting your trades run. You know, longer term, it helps you letting your trades run. Imagine if this would be breakdown, what would your stop loss be? Emmy, the stop loss depends on where the top wick and flip is. Like I say, have a look at the execution course video. Have a look at the execution course video in the course, in the Discord community. And you'll be able to see, like I said, there's no way for me to say where my stop loss would be right now because we haven't broke out. I can only look at my stop loss. I can only look to find my stop loss once I break out and once I've got a valid entry. Okay? Sorry, I was just getting out of replay mode. But yeah, like I say, if this breaks out, you know, if this breaks out to the downside, then on the next candle, that's when I can look for my stop loss. That last green and red candle, is that a liquidity grab on gold? That last green and red candle here? No, it's not, Duncan. Do you mean this? No, if it was going to be a liquidity grab, you'd have to, like, the red candle would have to come up and take some of these highs. Yeah, if you wanted it to be a grab, then yeah. How do you prevent being faked out? Tell you what. I did... In the Discord community mentorship, I did a full webinar on preventing fake outs. And it's like a 50-minute video. I think it's like a 50-minute video. So it goes into detail, and it goes into every single way to prevent being faked out of the market. Because, you know, there's like 3 or 4 points that you need to understand to prevent getting faked out. One of them, I'll give you one of them right now. One way to prevent being faked out is understanding structure around you. Look at this. If you had this as your range, which is fine, and you break below your initial range, well, look to the left. What have you got? Bang, more structure. Support, acting as resistance to push higher. Anybody selling here, anybody going short now, well, what happens to them? If we just come out of this replay, bang, they've been faked out. Why have they been faked out? Because they're not open about any other structure other than their range. Okay? They think their range is the only... No, there's so much structure around you that you need to be careful of. Okay? And that's just one way. Like I said, there's like 3 or 4 ways to prevent being faked out. If it breaks out, the candle flips around. Yeah, that's right. If it flips at 33.7 and that's the highest point of that new candle, that would be a stop loss, yeah. Yeah, that's right, I mean. It literally, wherever that candle flip low or high is, I always had like 4 or 5 ticks on. Mentorship, yeah, guys. If you want to join the mentorship, that's the mentorship. I'll pin it. Let me pin the link if you want to join it. I'll keep it on there. Yeah, it's at the top now. So if anyone wants to join the mentorship, it's there for you to join. Cheers for likes, everyone. Cheers, almost smashed 20 already. Nice one. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. Is Nasdaq going to set up? Change this range a little bit now. Yeah, change this range on Nas. Getting choppy. Would you ever trade big bullish closure on in London today around 8 o'clock? Let's have a look. Would you have traded the big bullish closure 8 o'clock on London? Let's have a look. 8 o'clock here. What time frame, mate? What time frame? Oh, in London session, I had this range. I didn't take a trade because I had this range. One sec. Let me mark it out. And when gold broke out of the range here, I was actually looking for some longs. I was looking for some longs here on gold to take it into this sort of structure and these highs above market. The reason I didn't take it is because this candle instantly pushed up with no bottom wick. Okay, instantly pushed up. So because it instantly pushed up, I couldn't get an entry. And price ended up reversing. And what did it do? It faked out. Another way to prevent being faked out is wait for your bottom wick and flip. Because I waited for the bottom wick and flip, I prevented getting faked out. Because I used stop losses, because I used stop orders, I prevented getting faked out again. And that's why the concepts and sticking to the plan is super important. You know, having a playbook like I do is super important. So yeah, I didn't take a trade on that price action. Good trade on Nas on Friday. Beautiful. What did you take, Dave? You take these sells. You have the same range on Nas. Yeah, nice work, Emmy. Good stuff. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I didn't take it. Didn't take it, Harry. I mean, if you did, if you took some buys here, nice work. But I just didn't take anything, unfortunately. No strong closes for the buys down here for me. Yeah, there was nothing down there to take. You know, maybe the 5 minute. I don't know. Oh, Dave, what a trade. Was that news? Were you doing a bit of news trading there, Dave? Bit of news trading, mate. No, I didn't. Nothing on Nas. Nasdaq's just in a range. Yeah, there's not much to do until we break out. It's probably going to be US Open in 45 minutes when I get the breakouts. But like I say, I don't trade on session times and session opens. This could break out in the next. You know, you could break out of this range in the next 5-10 minutes, and you got to trade. You just don't know. It's just one of them. How many likes are we on? 19. Not bad, guys. 19. Like I say, if you're new to the channel as well, drop a sub and drop a like on the live. I appreciate it. Like I said, any questions at all, feel free to drop it in the chat. Catch you tomorrow. Yeah, Harry, catch you tomorrow, mate. Are you locked out? Are you locked out? Sorry, took buys on Nas on Friday. Did you? Where? Where you set buys? Here? This little push up? So, buddy? Yeah, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, welcome, man. Anyone who's just tuning in now, welcome to the stream. Like I say, feel free to drop a question in the comments if you've got anything. Put one break even, that'll do me for today. Good stuff, Harry. Good patience, good discipline. Definitely needed, man. Definitely needed. Especially in this sort of like price action and choppiness that we're seeing. You know, this month at least. New York Open. So 230. Ah, yeah, this push higher, nice. Yeah, nice, Dave. That little push, that little squeeze after the initial push down. Nice work. A party on Friday and forgot to close my Nasdaq for the weekend. Was a nice surprise when I woke up in the morning. Hit my TP. Emmy, great work. Set and forget. Set and forget. Yeah, guys, if this 30 closes bearish below this range, I'm going to be taking some sells on gold. So if this 30 can close bearish, I'll take some sells. In terms of Nas, I mean, Nas would have to start closing bullish above here. But yeah, for gold, I'm looking for the 30 to break back below this level here at 33.45. Then I'll take some sells down into these lows and these lows. Continue this push down on the 4 hour. When did I start trading? When I was like 18. Yeah, 18. So I started like 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago I started. Guys, I'm just going to go and get some more water. Bear with me for 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay? All right, guys, we're back. Let me have a look at, yeah, gold here. 15-minute 30-minute closure here in 11 minutes would be nice for sells. Let's have a look at the chart really quickly. I lost that one. What trade? What trade did you take, man? Do you mean this one here? This trade here or up here? Yeah, do you mean up here, mate? I think you mean up here. Yeah, this trade I didn't take, and I also didn't take this breakout here. I haven't taken a trade yet, to be honest. I'm gonna be waiting for this 30 closure in 10 minutes. You know, if the 30 can close below the range, I'll be taking some sells. On Top Step, you have to use the trade copier. Yeah, use the trade copier in the settings. It's actually quite easy. Just go into the settings, trade copier, see which one your follower is, or which one you want to take your main trades on, and then you want to attach a follower account to it. So if you've got 2 accounts and they're both the same size, like I say, it doesn't really matter which one's your main. Yeah, 30-minute. I'm going to see how this 30 closes. Because it's actually the hourly. It could be the hourly flip down as well. And then finally take a push to the downside. But we'll see. We will see. If you got any questions, guys, feel free to put them in the comments whilst we're waiting. Whilst we're waiting for gold to set up. Nas doing anything interesting? Gold and Nas ranging. Gold and Nas sideways, look. Nas, gold. Nas, gold. Happy August. Prefer gold. I prefer this gold 30 closure. I'll just take sells into this range down here. Quick little trade and be done for the day. Sorry, let's get in a bit. How long did it take me to become profitable? Maybe like 3 years. Yeah, like 3 to 4 years to start getting payouts. I didn't get any payouts for so long because I was just doing dumb stuff and I was overcomplicating it. But yeah, I started getting payouts regularly like 3 to 4 years ago, and then I just packed up and went to Thailand and went living and traveling in Asia. But like I say, it doesn't have to take you as long as it took me. You know, it took me a long time because I was doing like the wrong things for such a long time. You know, when you start keeping it simple and you actually start following a plan, a strict playbook, okay, then that's what's key. You know, just following the plan and being happy to, you know, take wins and losses. You know, every trade, every day is not the same. You know, being open to finishing the day in red, you know, being happy with it. You know, if it's valid and it's a loss, it's all good. The main thing is just sticking to a plan that's profitable. That's the main thing I'd say to anybody. Have a plan and keep it simple. You know, a lot of people aren't keeping the trading simple. Okay? A lot of people overcomplicate their analysis so much that when they come to execute that plan, they're all over the place. Okay? They're literally all over the place. And when they take a couple of losses, because their head's all over the place, because they try to overcomplicate their analysis and they take some losses, what do? They start switching strategies. Because they've taken 2 losses. You know, how stupid does it actually sound? And I used to do the same thing. Don't think that I was an angel, because I wasn't. I used to take like 2 losses, and I used to just switch strategy. Like, imagine doing that. You know, with a 70-80% win rate on a strategy, you're still going to take 2 or 3 losses in a row sometimes. Like, it's super dumb. It's just so dumb. But I used to do it all the time. You know, and that's the great thing about people who come to me and join the community. You know, they say, oh, I didn't know you could actually see so much success keeping trading simple. And like, you don't, and a lot of people don't understand that you actually can just keep it simple and take regular profits from the market. You know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to stick to a profitable plan. And that's it. My futures is way below the bottom range. No, your futures is just, the futures chart can be slightly different sometimes. Just analyze this chart here, Duncan, mate. Yeah, that's why I analyze this chart, and I don't really look at the futures. I don't really analyze the futures whatsoever. I don't really need to. Like I said, I only use the futures to execute, and I use this chart to do all my analysis. Because this is the cleaner chart. Even though it's super choppy, this is the cleaner chart. So I have the futures, and I use the futures just to do my execution. Yeah, gone back into the range for me too, mate. I'm just waiting for this 30 to close. If the 30 closes bearish, I'll take some sells. Just down into here. Down into here, I'll take some sells. So if it closes bearish, let's say it closes here. I've got like 20 ticks down, which isn't too bad. So if it closes bearish and then top wicks, I'll take some sells. And then, like I say, I'll be looking for something like this. I think it can push lower. And there's still lows to take out all the way down here. I'll probably look for them final TP. It's like 46 ticks away. I mean, flips on that candle would have been nice. Don't look at the futures, Duncan, mate. Don't look at the futures. You don't need to look at the futures. Like I say, you don't need to look at it. Just look at this chart here, and then if it closes below the range here, execute on the futures then. Just took a small trade and done for the day. Beautiful, beautiful. Good work. I'm waiting for this 30 closure here. I'm not in this trade, by the way, guys. I'm just marking up a forecast of what I could see. I don't want people to think that I'm executing. I'm waiting for this 30 to close in a minute and a half, then I'll take something. If it closes bearish, I will. But that sort of like bearish price action to the downside is looking good for some sells. How many trades have people taken today, guys? Put it in the chat. Are you how many trades have you taken? Owlie's closing too. Yeah, Owlie's closing too. I'm gonna get ready to take some sells soon. If I can close bearish here, take out these lows here. Might be a quick like 20 tick trade, but might be a quick 20 tick trade, but it is what it is. Like in and out would be nice. Closes the grab though? Not yet. It hasn't closed the grab yet. There's 20 seconds left on the 30 and hourly. There's still 15 seconds left. Execute on what level? You execute on the futures chart. So you just sell in the flip of the futures candle. I mean, Goldie, what are you doing for me? All right, future Nasdaq's looking decent here. I'm eyeing up a Nasdaq buy if it can start flipping bullish. I might have some decent sized stops on here though. You know, if it can create a top wick and then push down a little bit more, then I'll put the buy stop in. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a buy on Nasdaq for this hourly. Look at the hourly. The hourly's taken liquidity and pushed up, rejected and closed above the range. If it can give me a bottom wick now, I'm going to be looking for some buys on Nasdaq. So I need like a bottom wick again, and then I can enter the flip of the candle. I'll have stops below the range, looking for this to play higher. I'm not going to use so much. I'm going to use like maybe like two contracts. Yeah, I'll have stops down here. And then if it reflips and takes me out, so what? Like, that'll be me done. I'm just basically doing like a half risk entry based on this hourly candle. 4 hourly is bearish, but hourly close nice and bullish. I think it's going to have a decent push higher. Right, let's see if it can push down a little bit first. One sec, let me put a mark on here. Let me put a line on here first. Yeah, I'm not in this yet, guys. I'm not in this trade yet. I'll tell you when I put the order in. I mean, it's nice. It's just an hourly impulse based on the breakout to the upside. Yeah, I think stops are clean down here. After this push now, after this initial push, stops are clean down here. Nah, I don't do crypto, bro. I don't do crypto. Yeah, look at that push. That initial push is very nice. Targets for me would just be here on Nasdaq. Targets for me would just be here. Like 15 points. Based on the re-break of that hourly closure. Hourly close nice and strong, rejecting the level, closing bullish. 15 and 30 did too. You know, runners into them highs are clean. Yeah, 5 pushing as well. Anybody catch the Nas? Anyone catch this? Anyone catch this Nas trade? Yeah, gold's pushed down, taken targets. That's why we're more interested in Nasdaq. The closure was much stronger. Yeah, beautiful trade there. Yeah, if I wasn't, like I say, break even now, break even and I'll let the rest run. Reason for break even is just coming into a level here. It's coming into a level here, and I wouldn't be happy to take a full SL on this, but I am happy to take a break even. You know, you're coming into some structure here now, resistance and support. But yeah, like I say, 2 contracts on here, it's like $300, which isn't too bad. You know, partials there aren't too bad too. Let the rest run. If this hits break even, I'm not too bothered. But if it hits a full stop SL, then I'd be more annoyed. But coming into this structure here, it's just a clear area to break even. It's mad I used to have to think, no, you don't need to catch big moves. You know, it depends, like I say, it depends what your stop loss is and it depends what your size is. You can still risk like $500 on a 10, 15 tick stop. You know, and if you're risking like $500 on a 50 tick stop, well, your TP would have to be bigger to make the same amount. But yeah, like I say, break even at this level now, and then if it wants to push higher into some liquidity to the upside, then perfect. But you know, a good area for take profit now, for me, are these highs. Okay, so once price pushes into these highs here, that's a good area to take profit. And you know, if you want to leave a runner into these highs up here, perfect. Have you give up standing up streaming now? No, I haven't. No, it's just for today. It's just for today because I've been stood up all morning. I've been stood up all morning. I'm a 50. I'll do. It's like 50-50. Like some weeks I'll be sat down, some weeks I'll be stood up. Depends how I feel. Yeah, beautiful trade here on Nasdaq. Liquidity got taken. Nice strong close above. Targets are super. You know, it makes so much sense for the push higher, and it's as simple as that. You in this, Joe? Yeah, I'm in this on combines. I'm in this on combines when it flipped. I market executed it. On instant accounts, no. I wanted a bit of a bigger bottom wick. And I would have put the order in. But on my combines, on two combines which are doing quite well. As soon as it flipped, I just put the order. Well, I entered the trade and it pushed higher. But yeah, partials have been taken and I'm letting the rest run here. So yeah, am I in it? Yeah, but on my instant accounts that I've been trading on stream, no. To be honest, there was enough bottom wick to enter the market. The reason I didn't really get in on my instant accounts is because I was entering on my combines as well. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I say, I can't complain. If it would have given me more of a bottom wick and give me time to get the order in again, I would have definitely got it in. I set a buy stop on futures, but never moved. If you set a buy stop on here, Duncan. It should have taken you in, mate. Yeah, it should have taken you in. I mean, it depends where you buy stock were. If your buy stock were on the actual flip, then you definitely should have been taken in. Anybody else get involved in this long, guys? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you did. Can you do a video on how to take partials on Top Step? Yeah, I can do, Rob. No problem. Yeah, I can do. I've got a couple more videos that I've got in the works, but I can do it probably for. I can try and get it done for this month. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to take me rest out break even. I took 80% off here anyway, so all good. Yeah, break even on the rest of that. But nevertheless, it's a win, and a win's a win. W's there. Good, nice little win there on Nasdaq. First string back of the week. First W. Like I say, I only caught that on some combines. I didn't really have chance to market execute on the flip on the instant accounts, but it is what it is. Outbreak even, took some small partials. Phil, good stuff, man. Great work. That's what we like to see. Making my way, appreciate that, mate. Making my way through your videos on YouTube this week. Rob, great stuff, bro. Like I say, Rob, once you've gone through the YouTube videos and you start getting a little understanding, you know, you probably see how I execute and how I take partials anyway. But I will make a video on that for sure, mate. No problem. Would this next 15 on gold be valid? Yeah, it would. Next 15 would be valid. It's breaking below this range. Breaking below this range here. If it closes below here, then yeah, taking some sells into these lows is clean. Yeah, I'm going to be watching that, Naz. Not a bad little watch there, bro. Yeah, if it can close bearish here, I'll take it. Like I said, there's a couple of other things that I could see. You know, if the 4 minute, in 4 minutes, if it closes bullish, buys could be nice. No, I've just taken buys on Nas. I'm not going to do anything on Nas now. I'm letting, I've just taken profits. Basically perfect profit taken there. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Yeah. I'll be joining the community after I've watched them. Taught myself a lot about trading. To find one strategy and stick to yours seems like the one for me. Rob, yeah. Like I say, feel free to sign up to the community whenever you want, whenever you're ready. Like I say, all the links are in my videos, the YouTube. They're all there for you to get signed up. That goes for anybody as well. 30 looking a lot cleaner. Yeah, 30 looks super nice. I'll stay on for the 30 closure. Like I said, I've just taken a win on Nas. If I do get that 30 closure on gold, I'll take gold, and that'll be my second trade of the day. But we'll see. Did you take that? Yeah, I took it on a combine, Ashton, because basically it flipped and my top steps were up on my screen, so I just market executed, and it kind of pushed and flipped, and it gave me a big enough wick. I just didn't have time to get it on my instance. So that's why I said I'm waiting for a bigger wick and then I can put the order in. And by the time it just flipped and started pushing higher. But all good, all good. There's so many more opportunities here. Like I say, I'll see how the 30 and 15 clause on gold now. And then potentially I can take some more trades. But yeah, decent little win there. Decent little win. US 100, let's go. Yeah, pushing down, mate. Pushing down. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, that's what I'm going to watch, guys. I'm going to see how this 15 closes. If it doesn't close strong enough for sells, I'll wait for the 30. And then if the 30 don't give me an entry, like I say, I'll be done. I've taken a trade. I've taken a nice win on NAS. There's still potential on gold here for sells, though. So I'm open to some sells on my instant accounts. I'll be focusing on them now anyway. Like I say, what's the range on this 15? I've got 20 ticks there. I've got 20 ticks there. Let me get GC up here. Like I say, we are 40 seconds to close. And then I can... Yeah, strong closure here. Top wick, flip down 30 seconds. One sec, guys. Right. My TP will be here at 33.39. I need the top wick though. Yeah, I need the top wick and flip down. Like I say, if it doesn't give me an entry here, I'll just wait for the 30. But if it comes down and takes these targets, that'll be me done. Until gold creates some more space and more targets. Just like I mentioned in that new course video. Anyone in the community, I literally just released a course video yesterday. And if gold was to do something like this, that course video will clear everything up of what you need to be doing next. You need to be waiting for this. Well, not exactly that. I mean, maybe this. A little range to form like that. Yeah, I'll be waiting for this 30 now. Because does that make sense for me to sell for the sake of 10 ticks? No. With a 20 tick stop loss? Not a chance. I'll tell you what. Hourly. Got some lows down here to take. Yeah, I'm gonna put a sell stop in on Nasdaq here. I'm gonna take a half risk sell on Nasdaq. If it can flip bearish. One sec, let me get Nasdaq up. Yeah, I'm putting a half risk sell stop here on Nasdaq. I'm going to be risking off these highs. I'm taking it on the combines. I'm taking it on the combines, and all I'm going to be doing is looking to target this range and these lows down here. If it flips bearish, you know, I'm going with this overall volume here on Nas to the downside with this double bottom and wick fill as well. So I'll be wanting this 15 to flip bearish. And yeah, my first targets will be these lows and this sort of structure down here. If the stop loss becomes too big, I'll just cancel. But yeah, I'm gonna put a sell stop in. One sec. Putting a sell stop in here on Nas, looking for something like this play here. If it starts breaking back above here, then I'll just cancel it because it's just too choppy. But yeah. But yeah, sell stops are in. Like, this is just a 15-minute entry, and all I'm trading with here is the 4-hour candle. 4 hours got 40 minutes left. There's wicks to fill. Hourly's bearish after rejecting this sort of structure. 15-minute close really nice, rejecting the level 2. So if this can flip down, my thought process is that it's going to come and fill the range and then targets to the downside. So yeah, I'm happy to keep a sell stop in here just to try a little half risk. I'm only risking maybe like $200. So not much at all. But if it doesn't flip and it continues pushing up, well, I'll just cancel the order. By the way, guys, if you don't understand what a sell stop is, basically, I won't be executed into this trade until this flips bearish. So I'm not in this trade yet until this candle reflips and pushes down. Okay? So if this continues pushing higher, that's fine because I'm not in this trade. If this continues pushing higher, if this continues pushing higher like so, it can do that. I'll only be entered in this trade once it flips and breaks the low. If it starts pushing above this range, I'm going to cancel the order. So yeah, I'm actually not in this trade. Just to make you aware of that, I'm not in it. I'll give it like a 3 or 4 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes to flip. If it doesn't flip, I'll cancel it as well. Oh, smashing my mic. Don't want to be doing that. Yo, cheers for followers, guys. Smashed it. Almost at 1,500 followers. Insane. Insane. Yeah, I've still got this order in for now. I've still got this sell stop in for now. What I'll do is I'll leave it in for a couple of minutes. If it doesn't give me it, I'll cancel it and then wait for the 30 closure on gold. 30 closes bearish on gold. That'll probably be my last entry. Like I say, I'm happy to keep an order in, but if it doesn't flip, I'll just cancel it and then I'm not in a trade then. Anybody market executing down here is in a loss. The reason I'm not in a loss is because I use a stop order. I'll give it like 2 more minutes. Okay, let's have a look. This candle has got 7 minutes. It's halfway through the 15 here. This is a 15-minute sell stop entry. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, gold's still got potential on the 30 closure. I'm still waiting for this Nasdaq to flip down if it's going to push. Price action so slow today. Yeah, potentially because it's August as well, mate. I'm gonna give this a minute and a half. If it doesn't flip in a minute and a half, then I'll cancel it. So I'm really wanting this to continue pushing down. Should be enough liquidity to continue down. But like I say, the reason I'm giving it another minute is because, you know, 5 minutes and it hasn't flipped and hasn't pushed down. You're pushing it because what if you get executed into the trade with a minute to go and it doesn't flip? What do you mean that it's August? August is a relatively slow month for most people because there's a lot of volume out of the market because, you know, people who trade in banks and stuff are taking holidays. Therefore, there's less volume going into the market. So it just makes like ranges, like look at this. Range. Like look at last week as well. Last week, ranges. These, you know, you tend to see more ranges in August. But nothing changes for me. Nothing changes for me. Right, guys, I'm cancelling this order. Yeah, I'm cancelling this sell stop here. 5 minutes. If it ends up flipping and pushing bearish, I don't care. I don't want to risk getting tagged into this. I don't want to risk getting tagged into this and no volume, and then it just ranges. I give it enough time. Yeah, gold's not doing much here. Is Nasdaq gonna flip now? Yeah, Nasdaq's just messing about. Yeah, order cancelled there. 30 on gold. Yeah, I'll see how the 30 closes on gold and call it there. Makes sense. Yeah, it does. Like I say, you tend to see choppier, slower price action in August, but nothing changes. Like, will I take less trades? Possibly. But if I look at August so far, I've already made more money than I did in July because I'm changing nothing. Am I taking less trades? Yeah, possibly because there's more longer ranges. But I'm not doing anything that's going to alter my strategy. Changing this, just trading the same strategy. Yeah, see how this 30 closes in 4 minutes. If it closes bearish enough, I'll take some sells. If not, I'll call it there. Trade the rest of the day in the community, guys. 3 minutes. Right, guys, I'm just going to nip to the toilet quickly. And then that should be the closure in 3 minutes, okay? So bear with me. All right, let's see. Where are we here? 30-minute closure in 50 seconds, guys. Let's see. See if gold wants to do anything. Nasdaq, see, this is why I didn't keep the order in for Nasdaq. Because what if this takes you in with like 30 seconds to go, and then you're in drawdown? You just be closing the trade with no volume. Yeah, gold doesn't look interesting to me at all either, so I'll probably just wait for a closure below this level. Probably just wait for a closure below this level. Right, guys, yeah, I'm gonna call the stream there. Like I said, I've been on for almost 2 hours now. I'm gonna be waiting for a closure either below this range for sells, or probably back above something like this level here. Can you see? Resistance, 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 acting as support. If I'm gonna be looking for longs, it'll be for now back above here into some of these highs. Okay, sells is mainly what I'm looking at below this level into these lows. Okay, but I need, like I said, I need gold to close out here. I took one sell on stream, one buy on Nasdaq on stream, one win, which is good. So taking a W on stream. Okay, but like I said, I just need the market to present a little bit more now. Possibly this hourly closure on Nasdaq could give me some nice longs, but I'll be back tomorrow now. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Okay. But I'm gonna be trading the rest of the US session in the Discord community now. So if you are in the Discord community, guys, if you are in the Discord community, I will see you there. I'll be in the chats in about 5 to 10 minutes once I've closed all this up. If you're not in the Discord, like I say, you can feel free to sign up to the Discord. The pinned message is my website link. You can click that and get access to the private Discord community mentorship. And yeah, see you tomorrow, everyone. Same time. Peace out. Bye-bye.